Good evening, Tom Eppinger, 200 West Klein. It's called Lidded Springs Apartments. I'm going to speak about the electrical vehicle ordinance. It's the basically lay language for these new hybrid Telsa cars that we use electrical charging for.
Tom, can I interrupt you for a second? Just from a procedural standpoint, like normally we would have, like you could comment when we get to that item.
I apologize.
No, you can just, well, you're here.
You sure?
Let's do it, yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, if there's an agenda item, you can.
I'm from a different state. I'm learning the government. This is completely different to me, so
Yeah.
Thank you. I had a lot of questions, and instead of asking, Elijah was very helpful. Thank you. Just a few comments, and it's going to go fast. I understand the movement of this ordinance is due to EV units popping up, such as homeowners placing in front of houses near driveways, and the ones such where I live at Lidded Springs. I believe to get something on the books now is important, but not to go full steam ahead what we have in the ordinance proposed. Let's deal with the homeowners and put the private communities first. The EV chargers come with many issues, especially safety. Where I'm from, the New York City Fire Department marshals, which are the fire police, they do all the investigations, have determined the major cause of all the EV car fires is at the source of ignition, otherwise known as the plug. This is due to improper installation. As we've all seen on TV news or social media, that these fires that burn hot and long, taking thousands of gallons of water to extinguish. After the car is extinguished, it's considered a hazardous material and has to be transported to a special holding area in case the car ignites again. There was recently a news report, I missed where it was from, where the EV car, after an accident, was being towed to the yard and the car caught on fire, injuring the tow truck driver. My suggestion now is we just deal with the homeowners and the private communities. The question I have is in the ordinance that the private communities will remain private and not be able to advertise the chargers like mine does. The question I have is, we all know, these come with rebates and grants. I know the homeowners get rebates, which doesn't affect them. But if the builder is getting a big grant to put in a big service EV stations, does that now become public property? I contacted Congressman Smucker's office in Washington, and they're going to have someone contact me back. Because there's nothing worse than having a private community, we're told, and everybody now is on your property and you don't know who they are. There are many things we need to learn about these EV chargers. I have learned there's 3 levels of chargers that give out power, 1 through 3. Some communities are seeing the issues of power grid issues with these charging of the cars, where they're losing power to homeowners. The issues the fire departments have is that these cars are exploding after accidents, and they can't put the fires out, and this is causing an issue of safety to our public safety personnel, such as EMTs, firefighters, and police officers. We need to make sure they're trained and protected. Let's just do one step at a time. Okay, with the EV charger.
Thanks.
Just so I understand, Tom, your recommendation for one step is just to deal with the single family homes, don't deal with the commercial.
Because it seems like it's already happened. We got some homes putting them up. The thing in New York is people are skirting the law and they're not getting the permit and an electrician. So I know we have a good inspector, good issuance of permits. And the other thing was the future, the 90 days for a unit. If it, I mean, that's, it, you know, in case it goes into disrepair, I think you should give them 2 weeks. I mean, this could be a sitting time bomb. But I would just say, you know, I questioned the shed, like what was the shed? And Elijah sent me over a picture of someone who put in like a mini house in front of their driveway.
All right, I don't want to go into detail. I just want to make sure I know once we get into the hearing. But your main perspective is to just worry about the portions that are relevant to the residents and not the commercial location.
Let's wait.
Okay.
Let's get ourselves together before that happens.
Can you explain to me the logic of that?
The logic of that?
Yeah.
This is a new technology
Right.
that the NFPA, it's the Fire National Association, is concerned about. It's a new thing. When a new thing comes out, you know, they have to be prepared to what's coming, and it's not really at the level that it could be at. Some municipalities have gone crazy. We see down in California, people can't even charge their cars, and you know, they're waiting on lines. I don't think that would happen here. I don't see a lot of EV cars, but let's, because have we done a survey on the power grid? Have we talked to the power company? Can we take on level 1 charging? It's a lot of juice coming.
Remind me, what do we have in the ordinance right now relevant to it at all? My thought is nothing.
There is nothing right now, and part of the reason we pursued this was because of the one that was installed in the right of way that we
So
wanted
just
to
so everybody knows, and also, Tom, I think, again, the challenge with ordinance is always trying to stay ahead of the next thing it's always coming to.
I totally agree.
It's even like back to the trees. There's always something. There's something new. You're trying to make sure you're adjusting to that. So I think our concern is if we have nothing, people can do whatever right now. So that's kind of what we're trying to draft something. So
Can you just put none at this time? Did you put in businesses?
Well, we can't because that's their private property. If we tell the Wilbur Hotel they have to take their chargers out, how are they going to react to that? They have customers coming there.
I know, but
EV cars.
Listen, we got them where we live.
Sure.
You know, and I thought they were approved, but they're not. The other thing is they're not.
They didn't need approval.
That they didn't need approval because they're part of the
And now
code.
with the ordinance, they will need approval. That's what we're trying to.
that's really what we're trying to get to. Because right now, without having anything, we're at risk that people could do whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we are anticipating, Tom, that, you know, like you mentioned, it's a new technology. Things are going to change. This ordinance will probably be edited several times as
I
technology.
totally agree.
Yeah.
I agree this is not the end all. These are just some of my concerns that I wanted to bring all through you. I just want to make sure we have everything in place that'll support that between fire safety, regulation, our inspectors going out, and from where I came from, we didn't have enough power. We had constant brownouts, and we didn't even add EV chargers yet. And with people doing level 1 charging, that is the highest amount of charging you can
It's
charge.
like superchargers, I think, is that what they call them?
I don't know what the exact term. You have 2, 3. 2 is half speed, 3 is trickle. So what's the business gonna put in? Is it gonna be a level 2? Is it gonna be a level 3? You know, and talk to the electrical company and find out, do we have enough power? If like we give 20 chargers in these areas, how can you handle it?
Yeah, and the key, like everyone's been saying, is to get a base ordinance in now. And again, from my years of being involved, it'll be amended as you learn more.
Okay.
I mean, I remember solar panels years ago when we were like, oh no, we didn't have anything in the ordinance, and something could go on there. And with any of the land development ordinances, I've been around long enough with that portion of it, things change as we learn.
Absolutely.
You know, new things, and realize you're right, because I would be shocked if any municipality said their ordinance is perfect, covers everything. That's kind of why
Until
there's the
something
amendments. Until you realize something they didn't think about when they wrote that ordinance 20 years ago.
All right, great, thank you.
But appreciate your questions, Tom. I mean, just kind of drill down a little bit. Thank you.
go down